Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded Systems. So in today's video we will learn how to verify the CAN protocol. So this is again a CAN programming part, and this is a fourth video under CAN programming. So in our previous three videos you can see here I have explained and I have also demonstrated you that how the different registers are there in the CAN protocol. That is the first video. And second video, how to develop a program for CAN Init or CAN configuration. That is the second video. And the third video, how to transmit a data, how to develop a code for transmitting a data using CAN. So these are all the previous three videos related to CAN programming. So please, if you have not watched those videos, please watch those videos, and I'll update the link in the description box. Today, what we will concentrate whether the function whatever we have written, CAN Init and CAN configuration and then CAN transmission, whether these two functions working or not, properly working or not, that part we will see. And also how to verify in the communication window. So we have a simulation window in the Keil software that we will understand. Okay, so let us start the video. If you are a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and click on bell icon and enable all notification so that you will not miss any video when we upload a new content from our site. So let us start the video, CAN programming and also CAN programming. I have explained you how to develop a code for your for configuring the CAN. This is my second video, and I have written one function called as CAN configuration. And in the third video, I have written a function called as CAN transmission. Okay, so using these two functions we will check whether our CAN protocol is capable to transmit a data or not. Let us do that. And now I'll take you back to the Keil software. Okay. These two are my functions whatever I have written in the previous video. You can see here, this is my, as I told you already, this is the first function whatever I have written, that is called as CAN configuration. So here in the CAN configurations we have enabled the power, and we have configured some additional pin functions for your CAN, and also we have enabled the mode, and we have loaded the timing values such as BRP. Many things we have done. Please watch that video as well. And then in the next video we have written the code for transmission. In the here I'm receiving a message ID, length, data 1 and data 2. So totally 4 parameters I'm using to transmit a data. So now what I will use these two functions, and we will check whether we're able to transmit a data or not. So this is my, I have already initialized. So this is my clock configuration and this is my CAN configuration. So I have done already the basic two configuration, CAN configuration I have called, and then clock configuration. Now what I will use, I will take your CAN data transmission function. Here you can see, and then so copy this and here. So you need to pass the 4 parameters. The first parameter is a message ID. You can see here the first parameter is a message ID. Second parameter is a DLC value, that's called as the length, and then data 1 and data 2. So I'll transmit those things here. The first parameter is a message ID 12 I'm giving, and they can transmit a data like this. Then okay, so this is your function to transmit data. I'll provide some delay here, and now let us check. I'm providing a small delay, and let us check whether will it work or not. Just compile this code. There is an error. Let us see what is that. So DLC is missing here. So DLC is nothing but length we have to provide. Yeah, so now I can see. Now successfully compiled the code. Okay, so I'll take you to the debug window here. Go to debug window. So once if you enter into the debug window, you can go to peripherals here. This is your debug window. Go to peripherals here and you can select your CAN. Here you can see, and there is something called as CAN communication. Open this and just you allow to run it. Yeah, you can see here I'm able to transmit a data. So currently whatever you're seeing on the screen, this is called CAN communication, and it's a transmitter. It's in a simulation window, but no problem. It's successfully it is able to transmit, right? So here, whatever you're seeing, this part, this column, whatever you're seeing, this talks about which controller you're using. So in our microcontroller, we have two controllers, nothing but CAN controllers. One is a CAN controller 1 and CAN controller 2. So currently I'm using CAN controller 2 as a transmitter, that is indicating here, that is 2 stands for here, CAN controller 2. And the next column, whatever you're seeing here, this is called ID. The ID is nothing but message ID, and if you look in here in the code, here you can see the message ID, whatever I'm transmitting, the message ID is 2, right? Sorry, message ID is 12. The same message ID is printing here. So this is the second information. And the third information, length. The length is nothing but DLC value. So DLC is nothing but 8. Whatever I'm giving here, the same DLC I'm getting here, right? And then the next data, the first 4 bytes of data. Here you can see this is my first 4 bytes of data. It is showing in a, this is a, actually it is showing in a lower byte. The 44 is a lower byte, 33 is the next byte, and it goes on like that. So it's just showing in a reverse order. That's it. And then the next bytes, you can, if you observe here, 55, 66, 77 and 88. Okay, 55 is your highest to maximum data that is showing. So that means whatever we have written the code, it is perfectly working. So this is the one way of verifying your programming, whether your program is correct or not. Okay, and one more thing I just want to show you here. Go to CAN and open your CAN controller 2 here. Here I just wanted to show you something. Observe this. Yeah, here you can see bus and timing. So in the previous video, we have configured BRP value, baud rate prescaler value, time segment value, and also time segment 2 value, and that is going to result the baud rate value of 500 kilohertz. The CAN whatever we have configured, that is configured at 500 kilohertz. Okay, that is the one important thing. And also I'll just rerun it once again. The register, here you can see this register, these three, there are 3 registers here. One is the ID, TID, the ID value is 12 here, and then data transmission data A register, that is 11, 22, 33, 44 we're loading, and then data register B, it is loading with 55, 66, 77 and 88. Okay, and then here you can see the DLC value. The DLC value is loaded with 8. Right, so in this way you can develop your programming for your CAN protocol, and also you can verify your output, and also you can develop your own application. So I told you already, the CAN protocol is one of the very important and very popular protocol, and most of the industries, they're going to use this CAN protocol in their communication. Okay, so I hope this video is an informative video. If you feel this video is an informative video, please click on like button, share these videos to your friends and colleagues, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on bell icon and enable notifications.